Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Here we have a residential application. So you can see the elements in this application are, we have a fan in the middle, a couple of can lights, and a TV set off to the back corner here. The fan that I have here is just a model, obviously, and the blue circle here is the actual diameter of the customer's fan. So that's something that we need to be aware of. So let's go ahead and look at the dimensions. Overall dimensions of the height up at the ceiling is 10 feet. To this lower beam here is 9 feet high at the bottom. And then overall length of the space I have from this outer edge to the wall here is 16 feet. And then front to back from the inner wall to this outside edge, 10 feet. You can see I have a lot of other measurements here, and that's just to get the locations for other elements. So let's go ahead and turn that off. So I have two different options. Option one would be to place a slimline unit inside here. The slimline unit is a 4,000 watt unit. You can see I have a clearance from this beam, and I'm expecting this beam here to be a wooden beam, so that's a combustible surface, so it's at 6 inches. I have it at the very same elevation, the bottom, as the beam itself. You can see the standard brackets here do not fit the height here, so you'd have to get the extended bracket, which is a 4-inch extension bracket, which is one bracket, but it's just 4 inches taller than this the one that comes with the heater itself. So there you have the unit. You can see with the clearances, I'm just at that clearance. That's why it's really important to get the measurement of the elements inside the room, the specifics and where they're placed. But you can see with this 15-degree tilt, I'm just meeting that clearance to the edge of this the actual fan blade dimension. So, and also the outer edge here, if I had this straight down, I would still meet this, but I think my beam would start to come into that area there. And also I wouldn't get the throw I'm looking for as well. Above, you can see, whoops, I don't have that angled properly, but I do have the clearance above the heater when I have it angled properly. So I'm not worried about that. And turn those off. Let's go ahead and look at the ray, the footprint of heat. So with this footprint of heat on a 4,000 watt unit, you can see I cover the space decently, but I'm not really getting the type of heat I want on this space. This is the furthest distance that this ray will travel to the seating position over here, and I think the client actually has this chair even further towards this wall than I do. But in any case, this is the least intense part of the ray, this outside edge, and with this layout I'm not really satisfied with the amount of heat that I'm getting in these locations. Here it's going to be okay. Here it's again at the least throw, so it's not really the greatest, and I truly discourage placing something in an application where potentially satisfaction is not going to be there. So I'm really not happy with this actual element here or option. So let's turn that off. I'm going to go with an option 2. Option 2 would be to have two CD 4024. So these are 4,000 watt 240 volt heaters. These are 39 inches in length. I have them basically centered within from here to here, the space, and I'm meeting the clearances, I believe. Let's go ahead and put those clearances on. Second here. There we go. Sorry about that. So the clearances around the heater itself, I'm not penetrating the TV set here, as you can see. It's just outside the array or the clearance, and there's a difference between the clearance here and the TV set and the array itself. So this is the clearances, the combustible materials that you need to maintain, but the actual array itself isn't going to be penetrating the TV set, and that's an important aspect. You can see here that 60-inch edge is just barely tapping here. I think these are at like a 15-degree tilt inwards, so that'll give me a better coverage, that 15-degree tilt. I do have this heater attached to the ceiling, and let's go ahead and look at the clearance above. Turn these off for a second so you can see the clearance above is not an issue whatsoever. And then of course these can lights here, now the clearance, you're not going to see the yellow clearance model that I have there, but you can see that the can lights should be okay. I don't think you're going to get much reflection off of the light itself. I'm not sure how far the ray of the light travels this distance here. There might be a little bit of shadowing over here from the heater itself, but I really need to get these heaters as close to each other as I can with what I have here inside these elements here. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. Now these are the WD-4024s, and so their footprint is going to be a little bit shallow in this direction, but you can see that I have pretty good coverage. I am getting some overlapping here, which I really want. I wish I can put this heater a little bit closer to the seating position. You could go with a 5024, a WD 5024, so it's a 5,000 watt unit on each of these, and get a little bit more intensity so you can carry out that ray a little bit further, maybe another foot for its ideal. And the bottom edge of this is the ideal footprint of heat that we look for when we're laying something like this out. But you can see I'm really covering this space rather nicely. So, you know, on colder days you might select or choose to select these chairs and push them back and really be in there while you're watching your TV. And this one would get really good coverage here. So, and then I'm actually placing these heaters where I choose to, so the client might actually have these further this way already. I'm just kind of laying that out. So, all right, well, thank you for watching. I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application, just send us an email to support@patioheat.com. And if this has helped, I appreciate you giving us a thumbs up. It just gives other people the opportunity to see videos like this. And thank you very much. Have a great day.